Hello everyone, it's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. I want to talk a little bit about the Sondors Metacycle. I made a video, was it a couple of weeks, couple of months back, where I was talking about wanting to maybe get a Sondors Metacycle or or something else because I needed a third vehicle in our house. And at that point, I decided I really didn't want it because when it first came out, it was $5,000, and then they they raised it to $6,500. And I thought, well, if it's $6,500, that's too much, and I'd probably rather just buy a Nimbus if they ever make one for a few $1,000s more. But recently, they've kind of essentially dropped the price of the Metacycle down to $4,000, and at that point price, it's very, very tempting. So if you guys don't know about the Metacycle, it's it's a motorcycle, but it's made by Sondors, which is a electric bicycle company more than anything. And I would say it's kind of halfway between a motorcycle and a electric bicycle. I mean, it looks like a motorcycle, but it uses a hub motor like a lot of e-bikes, which is kind of gives you not that much torque off the line, but and it doesn't take off very fast. I've watched every single review on this thing on YouTube and read every single review article about it. And so they say it doesn't take off that fast off the line, so you can't do wheelies or anything, but I'm not really interested in doing wheelies. And it probably makes it a little bit safer that it doesn't jackrabbit off the line. Um, but it does make the hub motor makes it very low maintenance. There's no belt drive or chain drive to maintain, and I think it has a cool look to it. I think it looks nice. Specs wise, they have very optimistic specs. They say like real world range of 60 miles with up to 80 miles under ideal conditions. Ideal conditions probably means like downhill with a tailwind. And this real world range of 60 miles is if you go like 30 miles per hour. If you actually ride this motorcycle like a motorcycle, people have said that the actual range is probably like 35 to 45 miles. So that's probably more realistic. And then, they talked about having a removable battery that you could carry in. It's removable, but you have to unbolt it's like disassemblable. It's not really removable. So that's not really a thing. Top speed is 60 miles per hour. And then there's this sport mode, which will let you go to 80 miles per hour, which makes you think, oh yeah, well then if it can go 80 miles per hour, it's highway capable. But it's really not, because this sport mode cuts out without warning after about 2 minutes. So that would be really dangerous if you're on the highway, you're going, 70 miles per hour, and then it just cuts out on you and you drop to 60 miles per hour immediately. That's just not going to be safe. So it's really not a highway capable motorcycle. It is meant to be its main use would be for like a local non-highway commuter uh, bike, which I think is good. People say that it is very easy to handle. It's light. It's about 300 pounds. And again, because it doesn't take off very fast, it's pretty forgiving, and it's very, very quiet. And everyone who's reviewed it said it's really, really fun. It's a fun motorcycle to ride. Now, the things that they complain about is there's three parts of a motorcycle that you interact with, and those are the grips, the seat, and the foot pegs. And they said all three of those things are terrible on this thing. The foot pegs are slippery, the the hand grips are not that secure, and the seat is extremely uncomfortable. Uh, but maybe that's a good thing because the range is only 35 to 45 miles, so you really don't have that much seat time to get too uncomfortable on. They also said that if you put your feet on this foot peg here, your ankles kind of hit the battery pack and it's a little bit uncomfortable. So it's just not a very comfortable motorcycle for riding a long time, which is fine because you can't ride it a long time. The range isn't very big. But it would be a really, everyone says it's a really perfect commuter, city commuter, suburban commuter bike, as long as you don't have to go on the highway. Almost everyone who's ridden one says, yeah, don't take it on the highway, not a good idea. Um, but it's really quiet, lots of fun, and easy to learn if you're a bicyclist because it doesn't function like a motorcycle. Like the rear brakes are not on the feet. The brakes are both in the handles, just like a bicycle. And I think just like a bicycle, the left is the front brakes and the rear is the rear, the right is the rear brakes, which I think is backwards on an actual motorcycle. I think on the actual motorcycle, the right is, you guys that are motorcycle riders can let me know. I think it's been a long time since I rode a real motorcycle. Believe the uh, right hand is the front brakes and the left hand is the clutch. And then the gear shift is on the right foot and the rear brakes are on the left foot. At least if I remember correctly, that's what my Ninja was back when I rode it 2 decades ago. All right, so how's it $4,000? Up here it says looking for $2,500 EV credit. You click that, and then you get to this, and what happens is the first 1,000 Sondors Metacycle orders with $500 down between March 1st and March 15th, and you get an estimated Q4 2023 delivery, you'll get $2,500 off. Now here's the breakdown. It costs $6,500. You get this EV credit from them. It sounds like EV credit like from the government, but it's actually a credit from them. And so the purchase price is $4,000, and you have to deposit $500 today. Now, I was going to do that because I'm pretty sure at $4,000 this is a screaming good deal. But when I looked at this order agreement, they basically say that if you decide not to get it, you forfeit the deposit, the order fee, the transportation fee, and the payment processing fee. And my problem with that is they say that this credits for the first 1,000 people. I don't know if 1,000 people have already done it, and so I definitely don't want to pay $6,500 for it. But there's no way to know before I order. I press this thing, and it doesn't let me know if I'm one of the first 1,000 people. So I would have to just pay the $500 and find out later if I'm one of the first 1,000 people, which and then if it's 6,500, I either have to buy it or I just forfeit the $500. So I've put an email to them to see what their deal is. But I think it's a great deal at this price. I mean, this is just a little bit more than some high-end. Actually, it's cheaper than some high-end e-bikes. There's some specialized e-bikes that are like $6,000 or more, I believe. But a regular e-bike will run you $2,000 fairly easily, and so it's only twice uh, kind of an average e-bike. And for $4,000, I think it's as good a deal as you're going to get on an electric motorcycle. So I just want to let you guys know about this. I'll let you, if I get a follow-up email from them, I'll let you know if there's some way to know whether you're going to get the credit or not. But if you are in the market for an electric motorcycle at $4,000, I think this is a great deal, and I'm seriously considering it. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and thanks as always to our supporting members. Have a great day, everyone.